Welcome to my full moon video in Sagittarius, which is a very different energy than what we were experiencing with the new moon in Taurus. So with Taurus it was all about who we are in our body, the concrete manifestations in our life. So now it's more about the overview. So Sagittarius will teach us about our meaning, our alignment with a higher purpose. So this might be a good month for you to have a reading with me or somebody else to do some of that internal reviewing of who you are as a soul in this body on this planet. So I take you over to my PowerPoint presentation and hope you will enjoy my video. This month's full moon will be in Sagittarius, who is often symbolized by letting the arrow flow beyond where it has been before. So Sagittarius will teach us this month where we have to make a stand for a better, bigger, more satisfying life, where we are more in alignment with our soul and our purpose and what we came in for. So this full moon is happening at 1 degree of Sagittarius, just in the very beginning where it's especially strong. And it's happening May 21st, which is actually my birthday, and at 2:14 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you have to correlate it back, of course, depending on where you are on the planet. So what we're going to do, I'm going to discuss what the possible advantages are this full moon offers to us. So we will discuss the Sagittarius archetype and personality and what that means for your emotional set point for this month. Also, you will find, if you have any planets in Sagittarius, that you find this material very interesting and supportive. So hang in there till the end of the video. I will get you to 5 very practical suggestions and steps how you can ride the Sagittarius wave, as I call it. So how you can really take advantage of this special energy. We will not only have the full moon in Sagittarius, but also Saturn and Mars. So that brings in a lot of longer aspects of Sagittarius for us, because Saturn is going through that sign very slowly. It takes around 2 years to get through the sign. And also we have the Sun in Gemini, which is by definition, the Sun is in opposition to where the Moon is with a full moon. So with a full moon, we can say that the Sun shines the strongest light of consciousness onto what the full moon represents through the sign it is in. But of course, in the end, it's all about balancing of Gemini and Sagittarius and the two qualities of that. So Gemini is the one who is the one who communicates, who's curious, interested, collects all different kind of informations. And then Sagittarius comes in and writes the editorial from the selected information, makes a meaningful picture out of the puzzle pieces. So that's kind of what we're looking at this month. So there is an emotional need with the full moon in Sagittarius to make sense out of your life. And with that, we will have opportunities to reevaluate different areas of our life, opportunities we have. But in order to grab and make those into successes, it's always about pushing those boundaries, stepping out of the comfort zone. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in the video. Also, it means that we have to look at our most fundamental beliefs and judgments we're holding. So that's kind of the underlying theme for the month, especially around the full moon. Also, we will have the Mercury retrograde ending one day after the full moon here, May 22nd. Hallelujah! This one's a strong retrograde one. So also that Mercury will be tied into a Grand Trine with Saturn and Pluto. So there will be a lot of mental activations around this full moon. And it all has to do with making sense out of different experiences and insights, and then, of course, taking action from that place of insight. And then the fact that Mars is almost exactly on that full moon. It gives us this extra punch, that energy, that thrust. So Sagittarius is really in our face. It's really there to be looked at, and we need to do something with this energy this month. A little bit about me. My name is Shakti Korola Nevran. I have been a professional astrologer for 38 years now, and I'm still, or even more than ever, really passionate about astrology. So these forecast readings are for you to get a general sense of what's happening, coming up in the months, but of course to really make sense out of it and to be more aware of what's activated for you in your chart, you will need to know your own chart. So if you never have had an astrology reading, you might want to connect with me about that. I do give you your free astrology chart and a love stone report, which is based on your Venus position in your chart, if you want to sign up for your newsletter on my website. And that will just mean I keep you in the flow with whatever forecasts or other videos I'm uploading. So yeah, just connect with me if you have any questions. Back to the moon. The moon in the birth chart is a big deal. It's one of the two luminaries. Sun and the moon, from the perspective of the Earth, do have the same size. So in the chart, we look at the moon to find out more what your inner mood, your inner needs are. And it symbolizes your heart, your soul, and ultimately it's an emotional filter, how you are in the world, how you perceive the world. And from that filter, we of course then create in the world. So it's really good to know how your moon is positioned in your chart, because then you can take active steps to really make sure that you experience that joy and happiness and you truly thrive in your life. And the moon really holds the key to that. When we have this monthly activations with the new moon and the full moon, you want to be aware where it happens in your chart and how it correlates back with the moon in your horoscope. So just to follow the waxing and waning of the moon throughout the month really helps you to become more aware why you have certain moods and why you feel a certain way. And it makes it easier to navigate and to actually take advantage of those energies. So this month we have the full moon in Sagittarius, which is fire, expansive. So we will discuss the qualities that holds for us in the following slides. So Sagittarius holds the key for this full moon. Sagittarius, the one who always wants to grow, to expand, to understand things from a higher wisdom perspective. So if the moon is in that sign, all that is kind of happening internally, emotionally, and by definition, kind of under the surface of our intellect. So we might just have certain moods, feel dissatisfied, not quite in alignment. So this full moon will give us more chances to become more conscious about what we can do with this specific area, this specific theme. The Sagittarius personality we could look at as the adventurer, the philosopher, the one who is interested in that bigger, higher, more advanced perspective onto life, the one who's interested in underlying pattern and how society and cultures are shaped. So Sagittarius is interested in all that. So Sagittarius likes to study, likes to learn, and at some point becomes a natural teacher of what he has learned about. When we are interested in learning about a wisdom perspective of life, any kind of philosophy, religion, even astrology is just a filter, a tool to look at life and trying to understand life. So it's really good to remind ourselves that there is no true objective truth, and there is only a very personal mental filter taught the world to understand it. And that filter is created through all our prior life experiences in this lifetime and prior lifetimes. So there is no objectivity. There's only this kind of individual opening into the vastness of the universe. And I think there is a lot of passion and juice to be found to consciously overcome those seemingly boundaries of the mind and grow and expand. So also Sagittarius is the one who values freedom, mental, philosophical freedom and expansion. But this is also a sign which doesn't do well with being imprisoned, and it is a very generous sign. So Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, the king of the Roman gods. So here we have this very gregarious figure, and Jupiter we look at in the mainstream astrology as a good fortune planet, but you have to be available to receive that good luck, those beneficial circumstances, by the willingness to open up and think bigger and become a better, bigger you. And then, of course, with all the beautiful qualities the Sagittarius carries, there's a huge shadow area. And that has to do with when we don't do this opening and advancing into bigger and bigger and more inclusive perspectives. So the shadow of Sagittarius is where we get into the throes of narrow-minded religious views. I don't care which kind of religion thinks it has the only and right perspective. It's only one perspective. So you don't want to get caught up in dogma. So here with the Sagittarius shadow, we have the fanatics, the fundamentalist, who in the worst case scenario is really willing to fight with the sword for the one truth. And another aspect of the shadow has to do with that expansion. So if that is not consciously done in a mental, conscious way, then we could just overindulge. We could just eat too much of the one good thing. So there is a sense of pride and self-righteousness, which is posing a problem for shadow low end side of Sagittarius. Just by being aware of the low end possibilities and high end possibilities of a sign, we get more choices, and we learn through our maturing in certain areas in our life how to make our way up the ladder and find more meaningful, higher ways to express those principles. So here with Sagittarius, the evolutionary goal is to really gather a wide array of experience and digest them into a meaningful perspective, to understand life in a more meaningful way than we were able to do that a year or 2 years ago. So the first step of my suggestions to use these Sagittarius energies to your advantage is to, number one, take a deep look into your dreams and sense of fulfillment. So find out where you are unhappy, where you kind of know you're not living up to your fullest potential. And the second step is to really sit down with a journal and contemplate and use some time of stillness and being in the zone, as Tony Robbins calls it, and ask yourself some deep questions to connect with that overall bigger potential you want to tap into in your life, because this is what really makes it meaningful and ultimately successful. The third step is, how do you connect with life? Uh, where are you not showing up fully? Where are you holding back? Where could you do more? And then there might be areas where you compensate and where you overdo, maybe with eating, maybe with too much TV, maybe with too much attention outwards, socializing, and not allowing time on your own to birth those deeper dimensions and connect with those. I'm in my second Saturn return, so for me, health plays a bigger and bigger role in my life. And so I always like to give you that special support for the months around the moons towards your health. So this month's fourth step is to rethink and expand your perspective about what it takes to stay healthy. So Jupiter, as a ruler of Sagittarius, is connected with the liver. And the liver is the organ which synthesizes, regulates, secretes many substances. Super important for the body. I think it has 300 processes it does. So you want to keep your liver happy and support it. So you can do that with supplements like milk thistle is a very famous supplement. But I think to relieve the liver and help to clean and cleanse, that is a good approach. So colon cleanses are a good thing to do this month. Uh, so you can get a professional setup for that. Coffee enemas is a kind of liver flush you can do at home. It's pretty easy to do on your own. Just do a little research online. Infrared sauna, you might not need to own one yourself, but sweating is just a wonderful way to detoxify and get things out through your skin. So I'm sure there's a sauna somewhere in your community you could have access to. And of course, ever returning issue around diet. And I'm not talking about dieting, which a lot of us are doing because we think we have gotten too much weight. I'm thinking more along the lines of what is a beneficial diet on a regular base for us. So you want to put a little more attention and brain juice into that. And then the fifth step is how you can use a true Sagittarius gemstone, which one would be, for example, the lapis lazuli. So this would be a wonderful way to have a very high balanced frequency mm, radiated by the lapis lazuli. So by bringing that stone into your energy field, you will support and uplift certain areas of your energy field. The lapis lazuli is one of my personal favorite stones. It used to be a sacred stone in Egypt, and it was used in this famous jewelry they were making and sacred objects like scarabs and often combination with red coral. And I like the dark blue lapis the best with the golden pyrite in it, but you more often see it with the white veins in it. So the darkest and best quality with the golden in it is found in Afghanistan. And chakra-wise, it connects with the third eye. So this is a stone which helps us to connect with our deep inner nature, our own inner wisdom, our own inner truth. So lapis helps us to focus that mind, to connect and tap into that dimension. And therefore, I think it's a wonderful stone to support this full moon energy in Sagittarius. It also enhances our memory, so it's a great stone to use if you have any tests or examens you have to go through. Um, it also is a stone which, if we meditate with it, has the ability to really connect us to what we would call the morphogenetic field, the collective field of consciousness and all that is. And with that, our brain becomes more of a receiver for that higher wisdom, those higher insights. And when we tap into that, we usually come out with a sense of equilibrium, peace of mind. So there's a relaxation happening. And because lapis is an opaque stone, so it's not translucent like the blue sapphire, for example, who is kind of similar in the direction. But here, lapis really helps to bring in those thoughts, those insights, and helps us to be more sensitive and grounded into our personal individual consciousness. And for that, I love lapis. It's a very unique stone, and it can help us to solve certain problems and apply ourselves in the world in a very, very practical way. In case you are as passionate about astrology as I am, I just want to let you know that I'm almost there with the editing of my Master Astrology Academy, the nuts and bolts introduction into learning astrology. I'm putting together a program where you can learn easy steps to really know how to read a chart and understand yourself more profoundly, more deeply, and others around you. So if that's of any interest to you, connect with me, so I put you on the list to let you know when I'm launching. If you like my perspective onto astrology, now it's a good time to like my video, please. And to sign up for your free subscription, you can do that under the video on YouTube, but you can also sign up for my newsletters, and there you will get your free horoscope chart and your free love stone report, where you will find out which is your true love stone supporting your heart based on your Venus position in your chart. So that's a nice way to connect with how you can support planets in your chart through gemstones. I have been an evolutionary astrologer doing professionally astrology readings for people for 38 years now. And I love, love, love astrology. It's just such a wonderful way to know who you are and to find out through your astrological blueprint, your chart, what is actually your path to karmic healing and transformation, and what is the purpose of your soul. What are you aiming for, and what kind of knots do you need to cut through and heal and bring to another level of experience? So if you're ready for your personal reading, please connect with me, call me in Hawaii, or go to my website and find out a little more about all the different readings I'm offering to you. I truly believe you're born to thrive, and I love to work with you wherever you are on the planet. I do most of my readings on Skype, so just connect with me and we figure something out. So for today, I say aloha and hope you enjoyed my video, and see you down the road.